The story of Alaia Baldwin has suddenly shifted from quiet anonymity to headline-grabbing controversy, and for those closest to Hailey Bieber, the timing could not be more alarming. What began as a late night out in Savannah, Georgia, has now evolved into a legal battle that could carry serious consequences, including possible jail time, and it is sending shockwaves through celebrity circles and fan communities alike. Alaia Baldwin Arenau, the 33-year-old older sister of Hailey Bieber, has long kept a far lower profile than her globally famous sibling. While Hailey dominates fashion campaigns and red carpets, Alaia has preferred to stay largely out of the spotlight, living her life away from constant paparazzi flashes. That discretion is precisely why the sudden resurfacing of this legal case in early 2026 has caused such a stir. Few expected her name to trend alongside words like criminal charges and possible prison sentence. According to court filings that reignited public attention late in January, prosecutors in Chatham County, Georgia, have formally moved forward with charges tied to an incident that allegedly took place back in February of 2024 inside a popular Savannah nightlife venue known as Club Elan. At the time, the situation seemed to fade from headlines almost as quickly as it appeared. But now, nearly 2 years later, the case has returned with force, and the details being laid out by authorities are anything but mild. Prosecutors claim Alaia faces 4 misdemeanor charges: simple assault, simple battery, and criminal trespass. While the word misdemeanor can sometimes sound less severe, legal experts often point out that in Georgia, certain battery charges can still carry serious penalties, including up to 12 months behind bars if a conviction is secured. That possibility alone has ignited intense speculation about what this could mean for Alaia personally, and for the famously close Baldwin and Bieber families. So what exactly are prosecutors saying happened that night? According to police reports and the version presented by the district attorney's office, the incident began with a dispute over bathroom access. Investigators allege that Alaia attempted to enter a restroom reserved exclusively for staff members, despite being directed toward the public facilities available to guests. Staff members reportedly tried to manage the situation calmly, eventually allowing her a short window of time inside the employee restroom so she could change clothes. What happened next, however, is where the account takes a dramatic turn. Authorities claim that when Alaia exited the bathroom, she threw a used object at a female employee, an act that prosecutors describe as aggressive and central to the charges now being pursued. Surveillance footage from inside the club is also said to play a key role in the case. According to officials familiar with the evidence, security cameras allegedly captured moments in which Alaia resisted leaving the venue after being asked to do so. The confrontation, prosecutors say, escalated further during that attempt to escort her out. In court documents, staff members allege that she pulled out a chunk of one employee's hair during the struggle and struck another employee in the groin. Those claims form the backbone of the battery charges now being weighed in court. As word of the revived case spread, concern quickly rippled through fan communities, particularly among followers of Hailey Bieber, who has spent the last few years navigating intense public scrutiny of her own. From marriage rumors to health scares to online feuds that trend overnight, Hailey's name is rarely far from the spotlight. Now, with her sister suddenly facing potentially life-altering legal trouble, attention has once again shifted toward the family's inner circle. Neither Hailey nor Alaia has issued an extensive public statement addressing the renewed charges as of now, and that silence has only fueled speculation. Some fans are urging caution, reminding others that these are allegations and that the legal process is still unfolding. Others are questioning why the case has taken so long to reach this stage and what new developments may have prompted prosecutors to push forward nearly 2 years after the original incident. Legal analysts note that delayed filings can happen for many reasons: extended investigations, review of video evidence, witness interviews, or negotiations behind the scenes that ultimately failed to resolve the matter quietly. Whatever the cause, the fact that formal charges are now on the table means the situation has reached a far more serious phase. If the case proceeds to trial, prosecutors will likely lean heavily on security footage, police testimony, and statements from club employees. Defense attorneys, on the other hand, could challenge the interpretation of that footage, question witness credibility, or argue that the confrontation was exaggerated or misunderstood in the chaos of a crowded nightclub environment. Alcohol consumption, lighting conditions, and the stress of a heated situation are all factors that often come into play in cases like this. Still, the stakes are high. Under Georgia law, a conviction on battery-related charges can result not only in fines but also time in jail, probation, and a permanent mark on someone's record. For someone connected to one of the most photographed families in pop culture, the reputational fallout could be just as damaging as any legal penalty. The timing also adds another layer of intrigue. The resurgence of the case comes at a moment when the Bieber and Baldwin families have largely been trying to maintain a calmer public image after years of online drama and relentless tabloid coverage. Suddenly, headlines are once again dominated by legal documents, police reports, and questions about what really happened behind closed doors at that Savannah nightclub. Fans are now watching closely for every development. Will Alaia release a statement through her attorneys? Will Hailey be asked about the situation in upcoming interviews or public appearances? Could this become another prolonged legal saga that drags on for months, keeping the family under a microscope? What is clear is that this story is far from over. As the legal process moves forward, new details could emerge, from additional surveillance footage to testimony that either strengthens the prosecution's case or casts doubt on the narrative presented so far. Until then, the incident remains a reminder of how quickly a single night can spiral into a years-long legal ordeal, especially when famous names are attached. And now the question everyone is asking is simple but heavy with implications. Will these charges ultimately stick, or will Alaia Baldwin manage to clear her name in court? Stay tuned, because as court dates are set and lawyers step into the spotlight, this case could take unexpected turns that reshape how the public views one of Hollywood's most watched families. If you want updates on this developing story and more deep dives into the biggest celebrity controversies making headlines right now, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next.